Then watch me do it again. Tell them I can't take no loss. My team hold no L's, no. Aiming for the top, can't make it by myself. I ain't taking no loss. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. We already know that we the coldest. Watch me heat it up, let me focus.
Oh, Roki Sasaki watch, folks. That is what everybody around baseball is talking about right now. You know, we have free agents that are still available and some pretty good names, right? Alex Bregman, Anthony Santander. There's a few good guys out there still available. But the name everybody is waiting for is the international free agent. That is, of course, 23-year-old Roki Sasaki. Now, everybody has heard the rumors, the stories. Shout out to us here at NYYU. We talked about this last offseason that Roki was going to have the chance to come to the majors now, and that is exactly what's happening. Hell, we also reported that it looks like the Dodgers would be that team, and it could still very well be that team. And look, we are a New York Yankees channel. I am not sitting here telling my supporters, get your hopes up because Roki Sasaki is going to be a New York Yankee. That is not what this video is about. It's about his decision and the Yankees. Per what I have heard and what I've been told, we have a follower here, a subscriber that lives in Japan. He said the rumor out there and what he's hearing is that if he were to come to the East Coast, the Yankees would be that team. Now, I've been saying this for days now. I think it's a miracle if he does. I am not expecting it. I would allow myself to be absolutely stunned if Roki Sasaki is a Yankee. But let's do a quick little rundown here. Roki cannot sign until after January 15th. So once January 15th hits, after that he can sign. He has up till the 23rd to sign. If not, he'd have to stay in Japan for another year. So he has to sign before the 23rd. So this video right now is being made January 9th. So again, we are close to a decision no matter how you see it now. Yeah, of course, it'd be nice to get it out the way because, for an example, we're going to discuss us. Just a disclaimer again. I believe he goes to the West Coast. I believe he goes to the Padres or the Dodgers. If I had to guess, it's one of those teams, but probably I'll stick with our original source that told us it'll likely be the Dodgers. But Dodgers or Padres, if there is some sort of miracle that happens, or maybe he just wants to say, hey, I want to play in New York City, maybe it could be the New York Yankees. I've heard some really good things about him from a friend of mine that, again, is a subscriber in Japan who was telling me a lot more about Roki Sasaki that I didn't know. There was the rumor, I think, that Wolf, his agent, put out talking about he may not want to be in a big market and he gets anxiety with the media. From my understanding of what I am told, Roki's always been a bit of a brash guy. Like, I know I'm good and I'm going to show you I'm good and I'm going to have my moments on the diamond where I'm kind of showing you up, but not necessarily because, you know, Japan culture is very honorable. They don't really try to show each other up. But Roki plays with a bit of a chip. Like, you know, I am the man. I know I'm the man. That'll fit amazing in New York, to be honest. And again, not downplaying if there is any type of anxiety thing there. There could very well be. And I think all the finalists, then it's kind of tough. The Dodgers have their thing. Of course, Ohtani gets a bit of treatment where he doesn't really have to speak to media much. So if it's along the same lines, I guess that would help. San Diego, I'm not too familiar with in that regards. But New York, you almost have to. Like, you got to figure out a way, a good balance at least, where you do get the chance to speak to the media and they can ask you questions. That's just the Yankee way, in my opinion. But overall, you guys know about this pitcher. You know who he is. You know what he can do. He'd be dynamic for any club he goes to. Specifically, what he would do for the New York Yankees is really help us in other areas. And what I mean by that is if you're adding a 23-year-old potential ace. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not a guy you're signing, folks. Throwing in your rotation and unleashing him on Major League Baseball for 150, 160, 170, 180 innings. Most he's ever thrown, I believe, is 129 innings. That was in 2022, 2023, 91 innings, 2024, 111. But again, this is a guy that has absolutely phenomenal stuff. Roki Sasaki is an absolute beast. I mean, he truly is an absolute beast. If you guys remember the WBC, I mean, look at this, 100 darts. Look at the movement. You can tell why everybody would be so hyped to add this type of player to their club, because he does have the potential of a front of the rotation starting pitcher. Now, what it would do for a team like the Yankees that need infield help right now, with at least one infielder, maybe somebody cost controllable for years to come that the Yankees really enjoy, could pencil in and have no trouble with doing that, is it would then make Luis Gil or Clark Schmidt expendable, where the Yankees could kind of dangle those guys out there and go, hey, man, what's available? Who wouldn't want to add one of these really good, young, cost-controllable starters to their team? One of them being a Rookie of the Year, which, by the way, not advocating for Luis Gil to be dealt. Ideal Clark Schmidt before ideal Luis Gil. But even so, Clark Schmidt, dangle him out there, see what teams would be willing to offer for him, puts the Yankees in a very, very nice position, by the way, to potentially add somebody, because look at the names we've been discussing, folks. We're discussing more of bounce back stories for free agents that are available. Can they stay healthy? Can this guy have a bounce back? I guess it's good enough. Well, his glove is good enough. Well, we got to trade a lot of guys to get this guy. In that situation, it might open the door to a lot better opportunities and scenarios for the Yankees that we're not even talking about. I don't know who the players could be, but I do believe teams would be lining up, because it's not much available on the starting pitching market right now, and I think teams would certainly consider, obviously, Clark Schmidt, Luis Gil, whoever it might be, if the Yankees were even to do that. But the first step in this process is going to be the Roki Sasaki decision, which, again, folks, it can happen after the 15th, but it must happen by the 23rd. A lot of people still think he takes a little bit of time after the 15th. Not that the 15th is here and his decision is made up and he's ready to lock in and go. They do think it's going to take a little bit of time. Would I say the Yankees' chances are great? No. Would I say the Yankees' chances are good? No. Would I say the Yankees have a shot? Yeah, I think they have a shot. But again, I've never been overly confident about this. I'm basing this off of the original reporting we did last offseason about this situation with Roki Sasaki, and it's always seemed like the Dodgers, to be honest. But now you opened up the Padres, that could be a possibility. And if I am to believe what this subscriber told me that does live in Japan, he's actually given me a lot of news about Japanese players before that I should look out for, pay attention to. He said the rumor is that if he did go to the East Coast, it would be the New York Yankees. That's any team we would consider on the East Coast. The Yankees are the team, and that is it. So, look, like all things, within time, we are going to know what happens at Roki Sasaki. But man, oh man, would that be one hell of an offseason for the New York Yankees. If they added Roki Sasaki, then they could go on and make maybe another splash. And you're talking about one of the best off seasons that we have had in a very, very long time. That is even with losing generational Juan Soto. That is wild to say. And look, I tell you this, Yankees have already done a good job. Brian Cashman has already done a good job. As of this point right now, they got an A+ to me. I know they still got to make another infield move. But if they do all of that, all I can do is tip my cap. I made a challenge to Brian Cashman to put his money where his mouth is right now. And you really got to step to the plate here and earn that cash god type of moniker that a lot of Yankee fans have given him. And so far, so good. But wow, if Roki Sasaki was ever added and the Yankees can then maybe dangle, like I said, one of these other young starters out there, get another piece potentially for the infield, I would prefer. At this point, probably a third baseman, move Jazz back to second, maybe somebody controllable for a couple of years at least. Wow, wow, wow. This team could be in a way better shape than even it was last year when it went to the World Series. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the comments below, what do you think about Roki Sasaki? And let me know, what do you think the Yankees' chances actually are? Do you have your hopes up? Or are you kind of like I am? You're going to sit back and you're going to wait to see what the decision is. And if it's the Yankees, shit. Oh, we're going to have a party over here at NYYU, baby. I tell you right now, we would have a party that day if Roki Sasaki signs with the Yanks. So again, folks, let me know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe to the one, the only NYYU. Peace out, guys. NYYST on later tonight. Catch you guys then. Peace.
Can't make a promise, but I do my best. 25 sitting on 25 racks. Just got started, no, we ain't done yet. Bought a new crib, that's a goddamn flex. Sign that check. Told him last year that I been up next. Can't take calls, but I send that text. From way downtown, but the shit's still wet.